Hi, I'm your professor, Denise Wynn. I'm here to tell you today about 5 little tricks of the trade that will help you in normal and some sticky situations. Number 1 seems totally simple and rudimentary, but it's essential. Use your strap. You want to put it on every single time, specifically with point and shoots because they're so easy to drop. Now, you want to do it with the DSLR, wrap it around your wrist so that it is habit and you are doing it every single time. The reason why? Because it is so depressing to see your camera go skittering across the floor the second somebody bumps into you from behind and you had your eye through the lens and were about to capture some magnificent shot. So avoid hating on people and use your strap. Okay, rule number 2. Rule number 2 is about reducing glare on glasses. Now, have you even noticed? I might be doing them right now. There's still a lot of glare on my glasses, but it's so much worse when I look straight out. Can you see that? Like by the simple fact that I'm looking straight into the camera and removing the ability for you to see my pupils, it's disturbing. So one of the ways you do that is you have someone tuck their chin just a little bit, because that does 2 things usually. Creates even a better jawline, hopefully, maybe even better than they actually have, by creating a shadow. And also, you can have them tilt ever so slightly, not a lot because you don't want it to look weird, but tilt their glasses on their head and it'll reduce glare. Now, the kind of glare that's minimal and around the edges, not a big deal. You want to be able to see their eyes so that the viewer has something to connect with. That's generally the principle behind avoiding really dark sunglasses. Really dark sunglasses remove that ability for you to connect, and it creates a visual barrier. And you don't want to do that. So, do what you can to remove glare. Okay, number 3, it's about shooting babies. I know some of you may not really care about shooting people, and you may just be all landscape or all cityscape or something like that, abstract perhaps. But you're going to be at some family party, some function at some point, and they're like, oh, but you took a photo class. Take one of my nephew. Take one of the baby. And you're going to go, and they're cute, and they're cooing, and want to cuddle with you, and they've got great smiles. And the second you stick your camera in front of your face, boom! They have the most boring face ever, and they're just staring at you kind of blankly, like, huh? Yeah, the reason why? Babies connect with your face. They have to be able to see your face in order to maintain that connection. The second you stick this in front of them, in front of your face, they have nothing to connect with. So, what you're going to want to do, whether it's a point and shoot or a DSLR, is make it as wide angle as possible. So on a point and shoot, that means zooming out. And same with a DSLR. So you go wide angle, and then you stick it to your cheek. And the second you start sticking it to your cheek, you can still do all the same cooing and smiling motions, and you're going to get way, way better pictures out of your babies. Okay, so the other thing. You might have to work with difficult people. Lots of people will give you the excuse, oh, I'm not photogenic. And the reason why, frankly, I'll even say this. The reason why, though, because this is my motto, personally. I don't feel that anyone's unphotogenic. They just have a bad photographer. So, the way that you're going to be a good photographer is by making them comfortable in front of your lens. Okay, one of the best ways I've ever found to make people comfortable is to essentially get them to pretend like they're not in front of your lens. So, and it's a process. If you're going out to photograph someone, say it's over an hour, you can almost assume the first 15 minutes you're not going to get anything good. And that's okay, because that's just kind of the throwaway time where they're warming up and stuff like that. So what you want to do is feel them out during those 15 minutes, and then, or however much time you have, you need to understand, you may have to warm them up way quicker, but one of the ways to get them comfortable in front of you is to get them to tell a story. Ask them some kind of question that elicits a memory from them. The second people start remembering things, they're transported into those memories, and then they're reliving that moment and the smell and the sound and the feeling and the people and everything, and you get all of the cascading emotions that go with that flickering across their face, and you have to be ready to catch it. Okay, so I'll give away one of my freebie questions that I usually ask, because it's shocking how easy and effective this question is that gets them telling stories that are usually fun and funny. And it revolves around anything to do with their first kiss. And you just ask, so, what was your first kiss? Who was it with? Was it fun? Was it a good first kiss? Because whether they're a couple, they'll not think of their first kiss in life. They'll think of their first kiss together. Or, something like that. Now, it doesn't work, obviously, if you're shooting brothers and sisters. But, think of some kind of appropriate question that you can really get a good story out of. Even if it's something really simple, like, what's the silliest moment you've ever shared together? Or, what's a memory that you'll always hold on to and treasure about the other person? So, whatever it is, get them to tell a story and remind them to really revel at certain points as they're telling the story. Don't have them just rattle off the whole thing and never take a breath. That won't create a good situation for you. But either way, even if they start really going crazy, never stop moving their mouth, you can't get a good shot in, just have them stay with that one story, and what that does is create a moment between you and them. So then hopefully you're going to be able to get them to be more relaxed in front of your lens and be able to direct them more easily. So that you can say, oh, that was hilarious. Okay, wait, look down left. Oh, no, wait, pop up right. No, oh, definitely look to the right. Nice, that's going to work. Okay, all of those kinds of things will definitely help you with more difficult people. And if you reassure them, this is the funniest thing too. People blossom under affection. It has to be genuine. And the simple fact is, if you're a photographer, I am hoping that you're able to see the beauty in anybody. I mean, I've been an artist for a really long time, and it's rare that I run into someone who's genuinely ugly, and it happens to usually revolve around their attitude or their approach to life. So it's like an inner ugliness that comes out. But if you can find that beauty that is within that person and say, no, I'm going to capture it and I'm going to show you. You just wait. If you project confidence in the fact that you're going to be able to produce a good image of them, it is shocking how they will rise to the occasion and give you better images because they're more comfortable and confident about what you're going to produce of them. Okay, number 5 is a trick for really bright sunny days. When you have really bright overhead light, it is awful on the face. The most beautiful person will have every wrinkle and bump and crease and everything show, and it's horrible. So what you want to do to avoid that is, or not even avoid it, but control it, is to use a fill flash. A fill flash is, normally you'd never use a flash when there's that much light to be had, but if you bounce light directly off the face, that is when it reduces all the lines and the harsh shadows created by the sun. So the fill flash is when you're using it in bright sunny day, bouncing it right off the face, and usually under 5 feet. If it's any more than 5 feet, it disperses, it's not as effective. So normally you'd never use a flash under 5 feet, but fill flashes between 3 and 5 feet away, so someone an arm's length away, that'll reduce the really harsh shadows created by the overhead sun. Okay, those are 5 tips to get you started. Good luck.